What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua, Robert Garcia, Rob Mccracken. Get this. Anthony Joshua's former coach reacts to Rob Mccracken criticism. He says he made you a champion. And who I am referring to is trainer Robert Garcia, that has been revealing plenty about what it was like to be in the camp with the former charge, Anthony Joshua, while also paying tribute to his first coach, Rob Mccracken. And this is what he had to say. He said, I heard that he doesn't give credit to his original trainer, his first trainer. Man, that guy made him an Olympian, a gold medalist, a unified heavyweight champion of the world. That guy deserves a lot of credit, man. I don't know him personally, but for what he did accomplish with Anthony, he should get most of the credit. One fight with Derek James, he's a great coach. I've said it many times. I have a lot of respect for him. But one win, that doesn't mean you made all the difference. I didn't see the fight with Jermaine Franklin, but everybody was telling me that he didn't look that good. Those are the words of Robert Garcia. And let me counterpunch. Well, what Robert is getting at, he's pushing back, okay? And it's natural to do so, especially when you hear about a fighter that you trained talk bad about you. Talk saying like, I didn't learn anything. I think for a trainer and, of a trainer's mindset, when he hears that about what a fighter says, that's very disrespectful. He feels unappreciated. But the question is, was it true? Did Robert Garcia show Anthony Joshua anything new? I don't really know. I mean, the version of Anthony Joshua post Ruiz, it's just been a different guy. And it's all up to the fighter. It ain't up to the trainer anyway, really, in a lot of instances. But if you're looking at, if he's looking for anything to grab hold of Robert Garcia, it would be what he said about Rob Mccracken. Because now what Garcia's thinking is like, well, hey, you see, if he talks bad about his other coach, you know what I mean? So he can surely talk about me as well, so he's talking about everybody, so it's not just me. It's you know what I mean? I'm in the circle with this guy. So now I'm putting myself in this circle of trainers that Anthony Joshua don't respect. So see, the narrative is, he just doesn't respect his trainers. But this is what he said about Rob Mccracken. Rob Mccracken, he said, he didn't teach him defense. However, he did compare the similarities with Rob Mccracken and Derek James. He said Rob Mccracken's a lot like Derek James. You know what I mean? He kind of reminds me of that. And he also complained about the time. So let me get this straight and let me counterpunch Anthony Joshua right now. You don't complain about not having enough time with someone that didn't really teach you nothing. So Joshua didn't say that. Okay, he just said he didn't teach him defense. Look at Carl Froch's nose. You know what I'm saying? So I think if anything, Rob Mccracken just had too much on his plate to really deal with that. But I think Rob is the kind of guy like, okay, well, you should know that based on what we've already trained you to do. Olympic gold, unified champion, you know what I mean? In 3 different belts, everything except the WBC. Like, who wants that shit anyway? Right? But I do agree with Robert Garcia because he makes a good point. The point is that guy, Rob Mccracken, your former trainer, took you to championship 3 times. Okay, you can't be a bad trainer. You know what I mean? Because Anthony Joshua looked good, bro, when he fought. The only kind of iffy fight was kind of the Joseph Parker fight because it was a mismatch. And there's a thing, it's a chess match rather. It wasn't what we thought I thought Josh was gonna go for the rematch, but see, Joseph Park is a good boxer, can actually box, and he's quick. So Joshua knew instinctively, well, let me not go for the KO and let me box. Okay, all those other ones, the Charles Martin knockout, early, the Vladimir Klitschko classic. You know what I mean? So yeah, those were very impressive, but he was all with Rob McCracken at that time. So for Joshua to say, oh, well, he didn't learn anything or whatever, according to Robert Garcia, well, first of all, Robert Garcia's take on Joshua is all hearsay. Well, I heard he's talking about his trainer too. He gave you the championship. You had 3, your Olympic gold. Yeah, that's true. But a lot of the talks that he hears about Anthony Joshua is hearsay instead of his own experience. That's why I would legitimize this better if he would have been talking about him. See, in this article, it's rather him talking about Rob McCracken and what Rob McCracken did, what was true, but he didn't really talk about how it was in his camp. You know what I mean? This is just a excuse me. This was just a jab at Anthony Joshua, because he heard that Anthony Joshua was talking about another trainer, which, of course, Anthony Joshua really dissed him the worst. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Robert Garcia blasting Anthony Joshua for the Rob McCracken criticism. Of course, please subscribe, and you guys been counterpunching. Peace!